What if somebody heard it and they said to you, "Hey man, I love your album. I hear a little bit of Dead in there."
Oh no. That's
No?
bad news.
What if they're just like, sounds like a little bit of Grateful Dead going on?
You got a really nice. What if somebody said you got a really nice voice? It reminds me of Bob Weir. Hey man, we're on this tour and we're driving, many long hours, and we've been listening to the Sirius XM Grateful Dead channel.
Uh-huh.
Have you gotten into that scene yet?
I would flip by it once in a while, and then I would just be like, wait, this is really what the Grateful Dead sound like?
I know.
Like,
it's remarkable. Like, it's jaw-dropping that they have a career of any kind, let alone this notable legendary status, because they're terrible.
Yeah, that they would be as bad as they are, and to be the most popular band.
Yeah, like lauded over, and fans are like, people have built their kind of lives around that music.
Analyzing it, just like poring over. The guy, I'll say this, Tim, the guy who screens calls for me.
Is a Deadhead?
He's a Deadhead.
See, that's a bad sign.
I know, right? He loves them. And he'll talk about 78.
Can he get down to can he make a case for it that makes any sense to you, or is it just...
He would play, he's come in and he said, check this out. And he's played these things. And it's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, it's like, it sounds like one of those, like, shreds videos of, like... Yeah. But it's like, no, that's what the Grateful Dead... When you see one of those things, you're like, oh, this is clearly some people doing tuneless nonsense over...
noodling.
And saying it's the Grateful Dead. It's like, no, this is one of their most legendary live shows ever.
Right.
This is like the holy grail of...
Like, yeah, my perspective is they were a lousy, like, psychedelic band in San Francisco, just like, putting up basically a sideshow for people to take drugs and dance and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then,
and
Roots
Rob,
thing happened.
Probably Rob also.
Right. Then the Roots thing happened with the band and everything, and they were like, just let's do that. Like, well, let's do that kind of music now. Yeah. And they made American Beauty, which is a good record. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna, like, it's a fine record, nice songs, pretty music. They made the other one, Working Man's Dead, fine. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Yeah. Acoustic, pretty country kind of music. And then that's it.
That's it.
And then they just go out and play Dancing in the Streets and Not Fade Away. Yeah. And like Johnny Be Good.
Good
like,
Lovin'.
Let's hear Johnny Be Good for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Good Lovin'. Good Lovin'. Yeah. And the well, what do you think about this, Tim? You're tied with the Grateful Dead just about. You've put together just as many good albums as they have. Sure. You did.
Well, so the guy in this band that I'm with, the guy that helped me put this record out, this guy Jonathan Rado, who's in this band Foxygen. Do you know the band Foxygen?
I do, yes.
Yeah, they're good. They're good guys. So he's in my band now, where he's playing keyboards, and we've just been listening to this station, so we started writing all these Grateful Dead songs. So I think we're gonna put out like a Grateful Dead album when we get home, because they're so easy to write. We've written 6 of them in a day.
You mean like new Grateful Dead songs?
Yeah, yeah. We're called Deader Than Ever. And here, I'll give you the song titles just to see where we're coming from. Apple Orchard.
Okay, Apple Orchard.
Yeah. Now, can I say the S word on the show, or are you going to hang up on me?
You just say S if you could.
Okay. S Stain City.
I could picture that as like a, because it's like
S Stain City, everybody's lit, it's just like a rocker.
Yeah, and
go
ahead, down
Moses Lake, down Moses Lake, and that one's just like about it's like a song describing this guy making love to his woman in the middle of the day by a lake.
Yeah. Rather than being at work.
Or like, yeah, it's just gross. This like sweaty, nude man making love to a woman like right at a lake, like where the water meets the rocks of a lake. It's horrible. And then we do a cover of A Hard Day's Night.
That's a perfect.
Yeah, but it's like really annoying because like it's a hard day's night. It's just real weird time signature for it. I've been working like a dog.
Like yeah,
it's
like
a hard day's night.
Yeah, like they're finding the core. They think like they're finding the core of the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike,
living on a river.
Living on a river, Mike.
Yeah, living on the river. It's songs about jamborees and festivals.
What if this happened, Tim Heidecker?
Yeah.
You do this album. You play live. Suddenly, there's 30 times as many people that are at one of your shows are there suddenly. And then suddenly, you find yourself. It's like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, I'm trapped.
You are the Grateful Dead all of a sudden. And you're like...
we can only assume that there was a moment when the band looked around and goes, this is what they want?
Yeah.
They want dancing in the streets?
Yeah, they don't want us to... They want more of this?
Hey, Jerry, did you notice like nobody left when we did 15 minutes of dancing in the street?
No one left.
In fact, like more people came in.
Yeah.
I apologize for my dead voice.
And then suddenly they're like, how much money did we make tonight? And then they're just like, I think I know what we're going to be doing. Like one guy in the Grateful Dead talks like that. I think I speak for the rest of us when I say, I think I know what the rest of our year is going to be like.
Yeah. Robert Hunter, the lyricist, finds out, I hear you guys are doing lots of covers. Like he's like a little worried about his job because they don't need, there's lyrics already out there.
Yeah, because they're doing...
Not Fade Away.
Not Fade Away, yeah. They're doing a 75-minute version of Not Fade Away.
What do you think would happen if Buddy Holly came back?
Can you imagine
stumbled into a Grateful Dead show in '93 and they launched into Not Fade Away for 25 minutes?
Yeah, can you imagine Buddy Holly crosses back over to this world?
Giant Stadium.
Walks into Giant Stadium in 1989 or whatever. And somebody's like, and he's like, hey man, that's my song. And then he's like, no it isn't. And then 10 minutes later, he's like, wait, no, yeah it is. And 5 minutes later, he's like, no it isn't. It's like, wait, no, I think it might be, though. I'm just not sure.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and he's like...
They can't sing, they can't harmonize with each other. No one in the band is listening to the other people playing.
No.
It's really something else.
Bad news. It's bad news, Tim.
I know it's a trope to, like, go after the Grateful Dead, and I feel bad that we're spending that much time on it, but... It's kind of like it needs to kind of, I think, be talked about a little, here and there.
I think there's so many people saying that they're actually good. That it's just like, we have to like hold to this.
Hold the line.
Yeah, we have to hold this line because eventually you'll turn around, there'll be nobody saying they suck still.
Right. Yeah, there's got to be like millennials, like young, like 20-year-old rockers who are like, I actually think they're pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, pardon me.
Oh,
pretty good.
You.
Now, I can't, Tom.
I know. Look.
You relax. You put me into a place of relaxation and comfortability here, so my apologies.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
But I have to